Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wowhead Weekly number 177. Wow, those numbers are definitely growing. This is actually going to be most likely our last show before traveling. But before I said that, let me introduce myself and my lovely co-host. I'm Annie, also known as Annie Fuchsia. I stream World of Warcraft as a full-time thing, and I also do this show on a weekly basis. And my lovely co-host is Perculia, as usual.
Hey everyone, I have a cat, Bright Paw. I run Wowhead, so like a lot of the news and guides and features you see on the site, I kind of oversee everyone, herding a lot of cats. And yeah, it's our last show before BlizzCon. We have tons of merch that we want to discuss that Blizzard sent to us. We want to preview it, just let you see what all the cool stuff is that you can buy at BlizzCon. We'll have collectibles. And there's also been a lot of data mining as usual. And then the day of the last 8.1 build, we also had the classic data mining. So it's been a very long few days with tons of information.
Yep, indeed. I actually almost forgot about introducing and I just started talking about it and I'm like, wait. I'm supposed to introduce us now. But yeah, it's actually very exciting that we're so close to BlizzCon. I'm not sure about you guys, but BlizzCon is one of those very dear events for me. I've been there now, I think twice in a row, 2 or 3 times in a row. And I remember before that when I'd never been to BlizzCon, it was my dream to be there. So the fact that I am able to say that I've been there now yearly 2, 3 times is amazing. And I can't wait. It's like Christmas. It's awesome. I'm loving it. And also because I live in Sweden, that means I need to travel a little bit earlier to get prepared.
Yeah, and the jet lag.
Yep. Jet lag and everything. So I'm actually traveling tomorrow, which is the reason for this show being a little bit earlier than normal on a weekly basis. So yeah, that's what's happening. Also, you may have noticed that both Perk and I are wearing our Jaina, what would you call it, shrouds? No?
Yeah, or little Jaina capes, I think. Yeah.
Jaina capes, that's it. Yeah. So we're both very blue today.
Yep.
Very blue. And actually, yeah, we should probably mention that now as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of blue, I wasn't sure if I want to say that again because then it would sound like I just repeated myself, but it's true. Speaking of blue, we are also today sponsored by Blue. And if you guys are attending the Wowhead party, you will actually see a bit more of Blue over there, even since we have a lot of panels and Blue will be represented over there as well. And they are also sponsoring the giveaway for today, which will very soon be.
It's Sass just messaged me. The giveaway keyword is
here.
Blue Yeti, one word. Mm-hmm. And you can win a Yeti caster with a value of around $200. And if you are not the lucky winner, we're having an even bigger giveaway in Discord this weekend for a Yeti caster and for Yeti Nanos starting tomorrow or this weekend. And if you still want to buy a product, there is a code WOWHEAD, and it's a generous discount on Blue's shop. So definitely check that out if you want to. Maybe you have a mic, but you want to buy a headset or vice versa, or you want to upgrade and get a nicer one if you're thinking of streaming, just starting out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they've been very supportive of Wowhead in that giveaway code as well as their sponsorship of the Wowhead party. So really happy to have them on board. They'll have like a little booth at the party and they'll be sponsoring some panels and also just sponsoring like different areas to, facilitate with the budget of the party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think this is actually really exciting, as I had mentioned a little bit earlier as well. This is probably the biggest giveaway that we have had, or the giveaway of the biggest value that we've had since I've been on the show. So it's really cool. Don't forget to type Blue Yeti in the chat here, live in the Twitch chat. I've noticed sometimes because this goes on to YouTube, people write in the comments. This is when it's live on Twitch that you're eligible to join the giveaway. And we will draw the winner at the end of the show tonight.
Yep.
So those are the plans for today. But yeah, speaking of microphones, I was using a Blue microphone myself for I think at least 3 years or so. It's great if you want to upgrade from having, a regular headset or whatever, especially if you're a streamer. It's definitely a microphone that you should possibly consider.
Yeah, I used one for a bit as well. I just switched when the cat came into the picture and he was like playing with it a lot, and then
Yeah.
he sort of, I don't know, he's using it as a cat toy a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, it was a cool mic to use.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So,
But yeah,
but
welcome
yeah,
back, Sass. Thank you for helping us
thanks,
out.
Cass.
Hi.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start diving into what has been happening as of lately. So we have the updates on the patch 8.1 PTR. And the first thing that we'd like to show you guys is the Blood Elf Heritage armor, which we got up there. So the version that we see right now is the robe on a female Blood Elf. And in case you're someone like me who is not a huge fan of wearing robes, this one actually comes in a version with a tunic as well. So right there.
I think the boots on the tunic one need a few more doodads on it, but I am pretty happy that they are giving people some armor variation. And you know, this looks like the Spellbreaker set from Warcraft 3. And if you want to look a little more melee, then you can have a tunic.
Mm-hmm. I personally like tunics. I think because the I feel like robes kind of hide the leg designs, and a lot of legs actually have pretty cool looking designs. Like this one does as well, with the details on the sides and the thighs, and it feels sad to cover all that. So it feels a lot better to go around with a tunic and legs.
Yeah, it's also more like, oh, you're in combat and you like run around quickly. You're probably not going to wear like a floor length robe. So, but yeah, so we don't really have a ton new to say on the Heritage armor. I believe in past shows we were talking about the quest line, how you like go back in time and you see the rise of the Blood Elves and how they got their name and their heroic stand against Arthas, and how they had to destroy the Sunwell to prevent Arthas from drawing power from, corrupting it. But now, highly anticipated, we get to see the rewards, and I'm pretty happy with them. I know some people wanted the Burning Crusade style armor, but I think this is more elaborate and goes back to their historical, roots from when, they had their heroic last stand and switched from the High Elves to the name Blood Elves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I really like it as well. And I really like how they considered the robe and tunic thing, and I hope they do that with other races too.
Yeah. As a side note, speaking of Blood Elves, Lorthamar has an update. He looks a little stiff in this picture. He wasn't fully articulated in that picture, but at patch 8.0, Liadrin had a new armor update and the glowing eyes, and now he has an update as well, to look more, distinguished and moving him to the forefront. And usually when characters get model updates, they're going to play a bigger role in the future, so maybe he will.
This picture does look very stiff indeed. Like, look at that hair.
The ponytail, it's like, boink. Yeah.
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 It's like, yeah, he just decided to gel it upwards today. Why not? And then the arms also looking really stiff.
Yeah, I believe if we have animations now up on the site, I need to add that link to the recent post. But yeah, you can see him move around and dance and all that. So as a side note with the Heritage Armor quest, we also found out that a lot of the characters in the flashback have different appearances. So you see Sylvanas temporarily in flashback, as a high elf, and you see Lady Liadrin as a priest with golden eyes, and everyone, looks younger. You see Anastarian, you see a lot of the characters, just in flashback wearing Sunwell themed armor. And it's kind of funny to see a live Sylvanas, or like I said, Liadrin is, you always think of her as the paladin and the iconic paladin sets, but she is, a priest novice in the flashback. So, yeah, all this, you can preview this on your character on Wowhead's dressing room. So if you want to see if your Blood Elf should wear this or not, or you want to find a perfect matching weapon, there you go. We also got some... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
The next set of armor sets we have to present from the last few weeks are the remaining Warfront armor sets, the Cloth Alliance and Cloth Horde. These are also now up in Wowhead's dressing room. And I believe we're showing the male models, but the female chest looks a bit it looks a bit different in style. So definitely check that out in the dressing room if you are interested.
Oh, really? So they actually look a bit different from each other.
Yeah, like the Night Elf female one is more like the bikini that you see in the Warcraft promotional art with like the sculpted filigree. While the male one kind of looks like a full armored, like, t-shirt. So that's interesting. As usual, the Alliance reflects the Night Elves, the Horde reflects the Forsaken, and people really like the Horde cloth one more so than the other sets. Maybe it's like the Plague Doctor vibe, I'm not sure, but people really like the this particular Warfront set.
So here you can see the lower item level gear set for the Horde set, and the high item level set looks like this. And yeah, people seem to really love them, and I think it could be this sort of Forsaken feeling to them, especially with the vials, which is kind of everywhere on the armor as well, like the shoulders and around the waist, which looks very blight-like, I guess you could say. So people like it.
Yeah. But none of these are, well, I guess the Blood Elf was popular, but out of the remaining sets, the one that kind of blew them out of the water was this next set, the Plate Battle of Dazar Allure set, because of that gigantic dinosaur shoulder.
Yeah, wait, let me get it.
Yeah.
Let me get that. I actually, here. There we go. So this is the regular set. I'm not sure what regular is in this case. Like, is this heroic? Is this normal? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the set that Perk was talking about was this one here, the Mythic set.
Yeah. So cool.
Those shoulders, though. Like, when I saw it at first time, I had to laugh out loud. Like, they look like they're completely zoomed in. Like, how can they be so big? It does look pretty cool, though. It does look pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think the cloth, leather, and plate looks really awesome. The male set's kind of like, I don't know, kind of simple. But I think that overall, these sets are a big improvement up from Uldir. They keep the theme of the zone, and you've got all these like weird Bronsamdi bones and death and sparkly spectral effects. And Uldir was sort of like more generic. So I think overall these sets do a better job at conveying the feel of the raid. And as we keep data mining weapons and we look at the dungeon journal, a lot of the weapons like reflect the boss. Like from Jaina, there's a sword that has a Kulturas anchor on it. From the mage and monk encounter, there's a staff that looks very Pandaren. So the weapons have a little more personality to them. If you're like, oh, I really wanted like the Zandalari weapon from Rastakhan, or I want like the kind of weird sea priest weapon. So the weapons do have more thematic elements. They're all, not just like dead dinosaur teeth.
Having a more something themed towards the boss that they came from.
Yeah.
I wonder if this, if these shoulders, I'm looking at the Mythic plate set again. I'm wondering if the shoulder is supposed to be that big.
They scale differently on different races, so they're like teeny on female blood elves.
Oh, but okay, good point.
Like male Tauren will have this enormous shoulder.
Oh, wow. I have to see that.
Yeah.
That looks funny.
Yep.
But it does look really cool. Like you mentioned, like, with the bones and everything, it really feels like it's Dazar Allure. Dazar Allure?
Yeah.
I forgot the name. Perk, could you help me?
Battle of Dazar Allure.
Dazar Allure. Okay. I wasn't too far off then.
Yep.
But yeah,
they've
definitely
changed the
gives
name of the raid like 5 times already, so.
Yeah. That's my excuse then.
Yeah.
That's my excuse. But yeah, I think that's it for the different armor sets, which have been updated with the PTR 8.1. And moving on goes to one of my favorite topics, which is the new mounts, which have been introduced to the game. So it seems like there's a lot of different mounts added, surprisingly. I didn't expect this many mounts to be added in a regular sort of raid patch.
Right.
The first one that we have here is let's see.
I think it's the gilded. Right, it's the gold one. It's the awesome one.
The Gmod.
Yeah.
That's it. There we go. So this is a boss drop mount, right?
Yep, this is from Mechatork, and this mount, the Gilded Edition Gmod, is the crazy contraption Gallywix made to one-up Mechatork, and throughout the war campaign, the two of them were sort of clashing over like goblins versus gnomish engineering and trash-talking each other, and Gallywix makes this like very expensive, elaborate thing which keeps having technical malfunctions. And now you can use it as a mount.
That's actually really cool. It looks like it's a completely unique model for a mount, and he's also using a shield.
Yep, with Gallywix's face on it and gems.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the face. Now that you mentioned it, oh my god, you're right. Gallywix's face, that's hilarious. I wonder if this will be, well, do I wonder? It's probably going to be a rare drop chance. What do you think, Perk?
Yeah, I think it has to be a rare drop chance.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I don't think they just give these away. Like it's very cool. It kind of reminds me of the Warframe from Army of the Light, which was very, expensive to get. So I see this being, similar.
Yeah, that's a good point. Back in Nighthold, the green Gul'dan mount, which was a rare drop, only dropped once. And I was running that place every week, at least twice a week, for the longest time ever. And we only ever saw one drop.
Wow, so that drop rate is tiny then.
Yep. I mean, we might have also been a bit unlucky. I'm not sure. But still, I mean, that just shows how rare these mounts can be. And I'm assuming that this mount will be just as rare. But as usual, there's always somebody who gets it the first week. Yeah. So in the first week or so, I'm sure you'll see somebody, on the streets of Borealis who is using this mount just to show off. And hopefully that person is me. Yeah? Hopefully, maybe.
Crossing my fingers for you.
Oh, thank you, Perk. We got some more mounts as well. Another one from Raids, which is the Glory Raider achievement, or Glory Meta achievement. And the mount looks like this.
It is the Armored Sky Terror. And if you're Horde, you're like, oh, well, I have these already. But if you're Alliance, you don't really have a dinosaur like this. And now you can get one.
So it's very unique for Alliance, which is very, very cool. I do have to say, though, the color looks a bit washed up.
Yeah. I guess it's neutral. It's like green. I don't know. They probably wanted to avoid red and blue, so they had to give it kind of an in-between color.
I guess. But I think even gray would have looked better, to be honest.
Yeah, like gray could be somber, like... It's also like, why would the Alliance want the dinosaur? Well, I'm not going to think too hard. I'm happy the Alliance has the dinosaur, so...
I'm okay with the dinosaur. I think that's okay. I like it. But yeah, the color is a little bit weird. Especially with the gold. Like, you want something that kind of contrasts well with it, and the washed-up green-blue is not that amazing, but it still looks cool.
It does kind of match the honor sets, I guess. So that's something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's something. What color is the original Horde one?
Well, I think there's a few, because there's Kuafan, and then there's the Zandalari Empire one, so there's quite a few colors, I think, at this point.
Is there one that's red?
Let's see. Let's pull up the rep guide if we can find it.
I feel like a red one of those would look really cool.
Let's see. Where is it? Zandalari Empire Reputation Guide.
Since I play Alliance, I don't know. I haven't really come across all these mounts.
It's just it's the Cobalt one, so it has kind of the brown wings and like the slate gray body.
Okay.
So I guess that's why they couldn't, use that gray color, because the Horde already got it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, another mount I think is really cool. This was from last build, but we didn't highlight the model. We didn't have the show last week. Is the Priestess's Moon Saber, and this looks super pretty. It's like a gigantic cap, but it's got glaives on its back and moonstones and
armor. Yeah, the glaives. Oh, I didn't notice the glaives before. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah, that does look really cool.
And this costs 1,000th of 7th Legion Commendation rep. And the description is a commendation for action taken on the battlefields of Kultura, Sandalar, and active war fronts. So this is another incentive to your war fronts and, perhaps do some outdoor PvP, because then you get enough tokens to buy this cool mount. And there's some other mounts we're not highlighting this week, but it's like a blue scorpion, a red scorpion. So you can get, more generic mounts, but the Moonsaber is the most interesting one by far.
Okay, so we're getting a PvP vendor where you could spend currency to get mounts.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. And the currency looks like it's something completely new that we don't have yet.
Yeah, it's the 7th Legion ones and the honor-bound tokens.
Okay. That's good, because I do feel a little bit like if you've done all the reputations, you have everything at Exalted, you have no reason to really go out and travel much. And if you don't need the reputations in the Horde zones either, same thing there. So you don't really explore that much anymore. But now if you have more incentive, I wonder how will that work for people who don't use World PvP though? I mean, what's it called? War mode.
Well, you can do the war fronts.
True.
It would just be slower. So I guess it's like, well, if you like PvP, then you get the rewards from PvP faster. And if you don't...
that makes sense. Yeah. That's how it should be. So that's okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of new vendors with new mounts and more, we are now getting a vendor for the Island Expeditions doubloons, which you guys may have already stacked up, wondering, what am I going to do with this currency? I'm not really interested in buying the consumables inside Island Expeditions. Well, now it seems like they're introducing a new vendor, so you can buy a new mount and also, I believe, a pet and maybe some other stuff too.
Yeah, the saltwater seahorse is 500. There are 3 toys, including a cranky crab that summons a crab that your battle pets can use as a mount. There are 2 pets.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yep, there are 2 pets, and then there are some tri-cornered hat pirate items, cosmetic transmog pirate hats, and then you can also buy some items that grant a reputation with factions, which is useful because there are Paragon chests coming in patch 8.1. So if you don't know what to do with the doubloons, you can, get some extra rep if you are wanting the items from the Paragon chests.
That's awesome. That suddenly gives me more incentive to do Island Expeditions. Also, I'm quickly showing you guys the mount model. It's the seahorse. I'm curious why they decided the seahorse as the main mount for the vendor. Because that's a swimming mount, and Island Expedition doesn't really include any swimming.
Maybe they figured that, well, that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say like Poseidon is hard to get, but the sheer seahorse is pretty easy to get. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe this hints at something to come if we have to go underwater again. Like maybe if there's a naval battle.
Maybe a new Island Expedition map which is underwater.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a future patch could have some more underwater elements. If Crucible of Storms sounds like, a shipwreck at sea. So.
Okay. Yeah, you never know. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, another sea mount to add to your collection. I know that there's not that many out there. I think in Legion we had the special Fathom Dweller, which was a pretty cool one to get. And which other mounts do we have that are underwater mounts?
Well, I thought Legion, then there was the lookalike Fathom Dweller that was
True.
Then there was that the Sea Ray? I feel like the Sea Ray you could fish up from the Dark Moon Fair. That was another one.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. And we got a version of that now as well in BFA actually.
Yeah. That is very true.
Okay, so there's a few of them in that case.
Yeah. Another interesting mount thing I wanted to point out and clarify is that the Toad mount models data mined way, way, way ago, they are now sold by a vendor called Gotham for 333,000 gold each. The data made it seem like they were from Horde only, and Blizzard clarified that that was a bug, and they should be from Alliance. They will be from Alliance as well. So you can spend 1 million gold to get the green, blue, and yellow Marsh Hopper.
That's actually crazy. So expensive. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is actually the amounts that we're talking about that we had shown you guys in the past, and it's a very unique model. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So if you can't afford all three for 1,000,000 gold, you can get one of them for 333,000. 333,000 gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for this next part, we're gonna have a little spoiler section here because we're gonna talk about Sourfang and the Night Warrior quest.
Ooh.
Um, we're not gonna probably recap the whole story again because it's really similar to the broadcast text a few weeks ago, but there's a few interesting discussion points. So why don't we put the spoiler tag up?
Tag is up. So last time we had an idea of what's happening because of certain dialogue lines, right?
Yeah.
And now we have the specific quests actually run through, so we know step by step what is actually going on. I think except maybe a couple cutscenes or something that are not available
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
story time with Perk.
yeah. So in the Sourfang story, we are helping the Horde under Sylvanas' orders to find Sourfang, and we're surprised that he's escaped from the Alliance prison, and we should capture him because it's better if the Horde has him than what the Alliance will do. But as we trace his tracks, it almost seems like Sourfang escaping was a cover-up, and the Alliance are helping him escape because we read all these suspicious things, such as, oh, like there's a new, key here, or, all the soldiers claim that SI7 threw them a party and none of them are at their outpost, or here's a note from Shaw saying that he's sending people to, an area as a ruse, so they'll be patrolling the wrong area of the zone. So it seems like the Alliance was almost helping Sourfang escape.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the first interesting twist. And then the second twist is at some point, Zappy Boy shows up and tells you not to follow Sylvanas' instructions as well as the Dark Ranger because Sylvanas is going to torture and kill Sourfang. And in the original version of the quest, you didn't have a choice. You could just go and defend Sourfang with Zappy Boy from Sylvanas' troops. And so Sourfang tries to rough you up, so it looks like you gave him a fair fight, that you weren't, friends with him. And Sylvanas is then at the end, she's like, oh, make sure he doesn't survive, we'll get him in the future.
And she wasn't super convinced either, was she?
No, she's like, interesting, everyone died except for you.
All my elite guys are dead, but you just a little bit of a bruise. Okay, then.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to wonder what is going on with Sourfang and the Alliance. And then there's a lot of feedback from players being like, well, how come I'm always helping Sylvanas in some quests, and now I'm just helping Sourfang, and I feel like I'm just a spectator along for a ride, and I don't feel like my character actually matters, and they're just acting in contradictory ways, and it's a really big deal to, go against the War Chief. So today, actually, in the latest PTR build, Blizzard added an option for players to choose what to do. Do we help Zappy Boy, which gives you the special quest, or do we say, no, I won't betray the War Chief? And then you have a little, not as elaborate, but a little special quest where you go back to Sylvanas, and then you tell her, being like, oh, I know where Sourfang is hiding out, and she thanks you for your loyalty. She says she's sending troops to dispatch to, capture and kill Sourfang. And she's like, oh, that's fine. You don't have to be present because you're meant to be the motivational golden hero to motivate us. So it's not the biggest, most elaborate quest line, but I think it's a good step in the right direction, and also listening to the player feedback, and can explain maybe that, maybe some heroes are being rebellious, but other heroes, were totally gung-ho about the tree, totally gung-ho about helping Sylvanas, and there is more of a split, and maybe Zappy Boy should kind of watch out for himself because she's this really ominous line. I'm pulling it up right now. A very ominous line at the end that's just like, oh, and as for that troll you mentioned, I have special plans for him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, is she gonna res
Not
him
Zappy
as well?
Boy.
And when you have the warning to side with Sylvanas, being like, oh, if you do this quest, you can't do the other. There's a special line being like, Zakan will remember this. Are you sure? And it's like,
Oh,
oh,
really?
yeah,
My heart.
I know. So yeah, but yeah, it seems that
That's really cool, though.
I think it's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah,
It
I
would be
hope we
cool if
have
they added.
more. I
Yeah,
hope
I
we
feel
have
like the
more things like
Teldrassil
that.
would be. I mean, there's still lots of problems with it, but it would have been more balanced if there was a choice, like a dialogue option, like you know, I won't help Sylvanas, or like struggle with Sylvanas, or you watch from afar versus
Mm-hmm.
torching the tree type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
It
but yeah,
reminds me
that's
of these
what's
Telltale games where like your
yeah,
decisions make a difference to what's going to happen at the end. I think adding little small things like that. Obviously, you can't have huge differences between
right.
people's playthroughs, but just like slight differences in dialogue and tone, I think would be great. I think it makes you feel more important, like you are the champion, not just a passerby who's watching things unfold,
Mhm.
but actually having an impact. I think that's
Right. And I
awesome.
think Sylvanas' dialogue saying that you as the hero are meant to motivate people as the Horde does the dirty work in the
Mm-hmm.
background. It's like, well, it gives you a role and it also complicates the story. Like, what is your role as the hero? Like, are you just meant to be like, PR or like marketing, or like, the hype person and cover up all these bad things? Like, it just, you're like, so like, what am I even doing? Like, that doesn't sound very,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so on the other hand, we have this Night Warrior quest line, which again we had the data mine dialogue
Mm-hmm.
and models for. And this one is a little more controversial because we see Tyrande go through her ritual, the very dangerous ritual to become the Night Warrior, and then she confronts the Horde. And a lot of people, I think, were expecting this to be kind of like payback for Teldrassil, like, Tyrande will become so powerful and, wipe the Horde out, and, things will be settled. And it doesn't really go that way. And there's also inconsistencies in the writing to further make it not just like a sad story, but kind of an inconsistent story. So she becomes the Night Warrior, but then Sierra Moonwarden is captured and killed by the Horde, and Sylvanas has instructions to use the Valkyr to raise her, as specifically as well as Dalaran, who was the heroic night elf that died, and her dying words got under Sylvanas'
Yeah.
skin and sort of enraged her to one of the reasons why she was inspired to burn down the tree. So we Tyrande comes across Nathanos raising them. She puts up a fight, but is unable to prevent them from being raised. And then the two night elves are like, oh, you abandoned us, Tyrande. Like Elune abandoned us. Like, there's no hope. Now we're forsaken. And it all sounds very suspicious because they seem mind controlled.
Yeah.
Like, even if they hate Tyrande because Elune abandoned them to a horrible fate, why are they now supporting Sylvanas, who
Yeah,
put
that
them
doesn't
into
make
this
either.
horrible fate?
Yeah.
So I think the part that has most people confused is that when we finally, the first thing Tyrande does with her special powers is lose a battle to Nathanos, who's like not really anyone special. Uh, and then she kills a Valkyr, but to the average player, they're like, oh, two Night Elf heroes now turned as the Forsaken. Tyrande was unsuccessful, and Nathanos now escaped.
Yeah.
Um, and I know if you understand the lore, I've realized that losing the Valkyr is an important deal, especially this one, because Sylvana started off with 9 after she was brought back to Undeath after, trying to commit suicide in Icecrown Citadel. And it takes 3 Valkyrs to raise her after each death. And with the death of this Valkyr, she's now down to 3. So,
And she would
she's sort
need
of
3, right? To
right. So this is like if she gets killed at some point again and then brought back to life, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if she loses one more, then she doesn't have enough to be brought back to life.
Yep.
So she's running out of lifelines, and the Horde's like, oh my god, this is catastrophic. We've lost this. But I think the way it's presented to the player is like, okay, Valkyr died, but the Horde are still in Darkshore and have converted these night elves, and now they're mind controlling them,
Yeah.
and
And
Ronnie
plus
doesn't
the
look very
escape.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just this weird contradiction. Like if they wanted to go the route and say, the Night Elves are still losing, that's one thing, but the dialogue makes it seem like the Night Elves had this amazing victory, but it doesn't really it doesn't really seem like a victory in game. And it seems that Tyrande is not really, everyone's like, oh my God, Tyranda's so strong. But it's like, well, but in game, you just sort of see her losing to others. So.
Yeah, that's actually quite sad.
Yeah. I just hope there's payback with the story. Like, it just seems there's a lot of just constant losing for the Night Elves. And then it's like, oh, but Tyrande did this one good thing. It's like, yeah, but like they're still really losing by a lot. And
because she also missed the whole burning and everything. Well, not missed, but she wasn't really able to do anything about that either. So she's already in loss. Like, it's not like she started on even grounds either.
Right. I'm just really curious about the Night Elves that swapped factions. I mean, I hope there's some sort of mind control or larger story, because it would be kind of weak writing to just have them be like, okay, like now we hate the Night Elves. Like, a big point is that if someone is raised as Forsaken, they have free will. But something is funny. Sylvanas isn't really playing by the rules, so you have to wonder that, she's not playing by the rules here if she's taking formerly loyal Night Elves and making them now hate, society.
Yeah. There's definitely something dodgy going on there. Something sketchy.
Yep. So I hope it's further. Of course, there's more patches. Maybe the Night Elf story will continue in future patches. They have more of a storytelling team now. I just, people are hesitant because we've had expansions where there wasn't a big story team, where like when one race was featured in one patch, that was like it. So I think people are concerned that now the Night Elf story would be forgotten about. Like sometimes in the past, it's like, Tyrande showed up in a little scenario, Mr. Pandaria, and that was it. Like, they didn't have enough resources to highlight multiple stories at once, and I think they do now, but there's a concern that it's like, okay, well, we made Tyrande the Night Warrior, okay, yay, she killed a Valkyr, okay, we good, now she'll go into the background, and I hope that's not the case.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, it's just getting started, and there's, like, even more questions to answer.
She needs a more fair fight than that.
Yeah, or maybe there's some cinematics we're missing, but right now she's just not really doing a lot when she becomes this Night Warrior. Like, everyone's like, oh, she's so powerful, oh, the Horde really lost, but it's like, show, not tell. Like, I want to see her, causing destruction. I want to actually see the Horde really scared about the Valkyrie. I don't just want to experience her getting mind controlled and losing a fight in game. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Warfront, and like, yeah, I just hope the story continues, or maybe there'll be like more of an Arthas parallel, where then like Dalaran, if Sylvanas is acting like Arthas, who mind controlled her at first, maybe like Dalaran will be in that same like maybe she'll like break free and end up like being a plot catalyst in the future for disobeying Sylvanas.
I always felt like she did have a bigger purpose than what she's had so far.
Yeah, and when you talk to her after, she doesn't say anything. She's always just staring at her hand.
Oh, really? Okay.
So you sort of wonder if she's like, I don't know, has some inner conflict. Like, she doesn't know quite what's going on, because she did seem to have a very strong will in the novella.
But yeah, I think that covers the stuff which needs a spoiler tag. So
I don't know if this next part does. Well, it's like there's like a hint of Old God involvement in the journal. Not the battle, not a different raid. But yeah, I don't know if we need it for that. It's pretty. It's kind of obvious. Yeah.
I guess we can keep it up just in case if there's any sensitive people, so that no one's experience is ruined. So to be sure, we'll keep it up for this little section as well.
Yeah. So
I think your microphone just went down.
Test.
Let me turn you up.
Test.
Whoa. Okay. I need to turn you down. Okay, go again.
No. Test.
All right. Yeah, well, we're good now. Welcome back, Perk.
Welcome back.
All right, so raid updates.
So yeah, we have a lot for Battle of Dazar'alor, as well as one, but it's kind of major, for Crucible of Storms. Raid testing has started, and this recent build, in addition to adding the 2 mounts we talked about earlier, has added the famed Slayer titles, and they are different for Alliance and Horde. So there is the Conqueror and Defender of Dazar'alor, and I'm very curious
Makes
about this
sense.
because ahead of the curve, not ahead of the curve, but the Slayer rankings for Horde closed last week, and when they had like over 100, Alliance only had 12
Yep.
guilds. So I'm sort of like, okay, so we're gonna do this again. It's gonna be the same situation, and no one will ever, cross realm mythic ever because the Alliance is lagging so far behind. So I mean, I just hope they have something planned to balance the factions out because right now I see them when I see more titles like this, I think, oh well, they're happy with the system, but it's very
Yeah.
imbalanced in Uldir.
The thing
So
is,
something has to change.
I think a lot of it is even if the racials would be completely equal right now, I don't think that would necessarily make people move because it's very expensive to move a whole guild.
Right. They have to have like a free transfer or something. Like, oh,
They
like
would
totally
exactly.
rebalanced racials,
Yeah.
totally different ones. Arcane Torrent is gone.
Yeah, exactly. They would need complete. Yeah, they would need a free transfer pretty much because it's very expensive to move a whole guild. But what I think this has opened up is for the people who do and are interested in raiding on Mythic, on Alliance, I think can now be a little bit more motivated to not need to move to Horde. Because I think another issue is that people move to Horde because they have more players available, right?
Right.
Which is more motivation because if you start a raiding guild on Horde side, you'll be more likely to find members who can join you than if you're on Alliance because people who take raiding serious have learned that it's time to move to Horde because that's the faction to be on.
And then also in Mythic Plus, we do a Q&A with J.B, and he was like, talking about how the Blood Elf racial is very powerful in
It
certain
is very powerful
dungeons.
still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they changed it and then people were so happy like finally I don't feel forced to be a blood
Right.
elf, but it's still very strong especially now
Yeah.
in this expansion when a lot
Like
of the
King's
mechanics are
Rest. Yeah,
dispels. Yeah.
exactly. So it's like, oh, it's even better in some way.
Yeah. Like you may not need AoE silence, but AoE dispel is very very strong. Very useful.
Exactly.
Especially with
Uh,
those little thingies like you mentioned, King's Rest, the little thingies that fear people, and you
yep.
find that in the raids as well. So yeah, they're very very useful. But having these titles, I think for people who are considering playing on Alliance or people who may have like split guilds, partly went Horde, partly stayed Alliance, I think they're more likely to go Alliance because they have a chance to get something. Whereas if they go Horde, they might be top 200, but then they don't get anything. If they stay on Alliance side, they have a chance to be, top 50
Right.
or top 60. And now it actually matters. Whereas before, that didn't matter. You got nothing for it. So I think giving these titles is one step closer to bringing a bit of balance between the two factions. But of course, we do need a bit of balance between the racials as well.
Right. You don't want people to be like, oh, well, I value the ranking more than the title, so I'd rather be like 101 Horde than, 10 Alliance, because personal pride.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, what else was there? So as for the Dungeon Journal, we now know the full boss order. I think we knew that last time, but they added descriptions of all of them, so we
Mm-hmm.
understand their role in the raid. So, for example, with Rastakhan, it's like, oh, since the fall of Razan, he's turned to a new patron, Bronsamdi, the Loa of Death. The Dark Bargain he has made grants him the power to crush his enemies, but at what cost? The two that I think are the most interesting is the raid description, because it specifically says, but as war reaches the shores of Zuldazar, the Alliance embarks on a daring gambit to besiege the Golden City and sever the Zandalari's bond to the Horde. And that's confusing because it's like, you're attacking the Zandalari city and hoping they don't like the Horde versus the Alliance. Like, I'm curious what that plot twist is going to be because
Mm-hmm.
the obvious choice is like, wouldn't it bring them closer to the Horde?
Yeah, because they would reach out for help, right?
Right. And I know there was some Anduin dialogue where he's like, oh, this was meant to bring the Zandalari closer to the Alliance, not, put a
Yeah.
wedge. And it's like, why? You attacked their city. Like,
Yep.
this sounds pretty serious, dude. Like, you're killing, the long boy mounts when you go into the raid. There's like dying dinosaurs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you how do you view attacking a city as a way to win people over to you? I don't understand.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all.
Right.
Sorry, Anduin. That was not a good
Yeah.
one.
No, maybe it's meant
Not
to
how
show
to win
Anduin's
hearts.
bad. If I would be okay if this was meant to be. I don't know the full story, but if this is meant to show that Anduin is not good at making decisions, I'm cool with it. But if I don't know if they're trying to like say someone says like a serious thing that somehow went wrong, I'd be like, eh.
Yeah.
We also learned a little more on Jaina. Jaina was, as the Alliance fleet withdraws from Dazar'alor, Lady Jaina Proudmoore stays behind with a handful of Kultiran vessels to slow the Horde's pursuit. Storm clouds gather overhead as Jaina leads her pursuers deeper into the Great Sea, where she will attempt to turn the odds in her favor. And I know there was a lot of discussion surrounding Jaina because, back when Theramore was destroyed, her impulse was to send, water elementals to, destroy Orgrimmar. So people were like, oh, is Jaina, just staying behind to destroy the city? And it seems that she's acting more defensively, where she's, trying to create a buffer so the rest of the Alliance can escape. Which is different than like, oh, like, I stayed behind in the city and I tried to, flood it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like there's going to be a naval battle in the middle of the sea, which is, quite interesting as
back to the sea topic.
Yeah, we think there's a lot of things with N'Zoth, and there's like probably, if you look at all the clues, like his prison could be between the islands in the middle of the sea, so maybe all the dead soldiers are kind of like feeding his plan, or something bad will probably happen. But it's interesting to know her motivations and that she's not trying to, flood, destroy the city. She's trying to let the Alliance soldiers safely escape. And I think, so this is the major spoiler thing. Not a huge surprise if you're following along, but in the raid after this, Crucible of Storms, which, hey, I think is related to Jaina being in the storm. Yep. The second boss, Unat, Harbinger of the Void, got a description and overview, and the description is granted eyes by a lightless pact between Queen Ashara and N'Zoth. Unat commands the multitude of crawling masses. Now Unat heralds the coming of his master as foretold by the stars. So, and then the overview is all like, he battles his enemies using the gifts of N'Zoth with power and, corruption. He uses the many eyes of N'Zoth. He uses the waves of N'Zoth. He uses the sheer power of N'Zoth's gaze.
Yep.
So lots of
oh god.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, this is the part that we thought, it could be a little bit spoilery. Depends. Some people are okay with this because it's just a raid description, not really a story progression, but still.
Yeah, and we know Ashara is coming in the future, and, the description is granted eyes by a pact between Ashara and N'Zoth. So, I think BlizzCon is going to be all like, oh, and then, like, here is Ashara reacting to things, and it's not going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of BlizzCon,
yeah.
What is going to be the most major announcement?
I don't know. It's interesting because
we're right in the middle of a few things.
Right, like we thought there's going to be Diablo 4, but then Blizzard was like, oh, probably not. Like, it has a really small space on the floor plan. And then we thought, I mean, there's classic WoW, but then it's only the 2 zones from level 15 to 19, and you're limited how much you can play. And I think we've always come to expect that there's a new hero with, like, Heroes of the Storm or Overwatch. So I wonder if there's... I know that there was rumors that, like, is there a Diablo series on Netflix? I think that there could be, I don't know, some interesting multimedia thing. Like, they're not going to announce a Warcraft movie, but something along the lines of, like, there's going to be Blizzard TV. I don't know. I think there's going to be something like that.
Blizzard TV.
Yeah.
It's like new series for every Blizzard game.
Yep. Like, I think a WoW TV show would actually do better than the movie because you could have like little episodes themed around each character.
I agree.
And you could have more time. And I think that like some details could translate better on a smaller screen than a film screen. So those are my opinions on it. I also think that the Alliance versus Horde conflict in the movie was kind of an odd choice to start. I feel like maybe Arthas sort of being an anti-hero would have been a better story. But yeah, I would love for there to be a TV series. But I don't know. I mean, it could also be like a year that's more for the hardcore fans and not general players. I thought the presentation 2 years ago when it was talking about 7.2 and showing all the class mounts, like that was super hype among fans. There's actual like details and stuff to look forward to. So we could have another one of those things where maybe your casual player is like, oh, I'm not here for WoW, don't care. But your fans are like, oh yeah, I get to see Ashara, like, this crazy thing happens to Azerite. And you're like, I think that could be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And with the series, you also get a lot more character development and everything that you can witness.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Now I want a TV series for Warcraft.
Yeah. I would really love that.
Yeah. A 4-part Arthas miniseries, and then that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, like a miniseries that has an ending. That's brilliant.
Aw.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
spoiler tag is down.
Yeah, Mythic Plus now.
Yeah, time to talk about Mythic Plus. There's been some updates regarding Mythic Plus and Azerite. Blizzard has recognized that there was a lot of complaints about how the system was working, and they weren't 100% happy with it either. So now they've come forward with some updates on how it's going to work with Azerite armor, I think from 8.1 onwards, if I understood correctly. So the first big change is that the weekly chest will no longer drop Azerite armor. So as it is at the moment, you could get an Azerite piece or a regular piece from any of the dungeons in your weekly Mythic Plus cache. Mythic Plus cache. I just changed the order of those words. But now instead what you'll get is a definite regular piece of armor, or anything which is not an Azerite armor, and a Mythic Plus currency, which is a new currency introduced specifically to be able to purchase Azerite armor pieces. And
that is the Azerite impurity vendor.
That's it. So the way that this works is that you can, in that case, collect your currency and use it at this vendor for a specific slot. For example, you might be interested in a new piece, a new Azerite piece for shoulders. So then you could buy the shoulder piece and get a random piece of shoulder, which can remind you a little bit of the vendor back in Legion. And it's actually the same vendor, right? I think it's the same guy.
Thaumaturge Vashri.
Yeah, it's the same guy even. I forgot what the items there were called. Were they called relinquished?
Yeah, he sold the relinquished tokens, and I think he's the guy. If you lose something, it's always addressed in his name when he sends you the in-game mail.
Yes, that's true as well. That is true. So yeah, you can do that. You can collect your Azerite pieces and you can get a random piece from that slot that you're interested in. Or you could also collect your Azerite currency. I forgot what it's called. What was it called?
The Azerite impurity.
Azerite impurity. You can collect your Azerite impurity and for a longer time stack up on those points and buy a specific Azerite piece that you are interested in with specific traits that you are after.
Right.
And that is something that a lot of people are very, very happy about, because the randomness of Azerite pieces has been very frustrating for a lot of people, especially with the raids being the only, a reliable source of Azerite pieces that you can only do once a week and then you're saved. So people who may not have gotten an Azerite piece are stuck with nothing. Or for a lot of people, they might be item level 370, like on average, but they're still running around with a 340 Azerite piece because you can't get any Azerite pieces doing dungeons. I mean, well, you can in a Mythic Plus 0, but Mythic 0 you can only do once a week, and the item level is only 340, which is very, very low. So the fact that certain traits make that 340 more valuable than a 370 of different traits that you may have gotten in the raid makes it kind of sad. So this is an attempt to address that so that you're actually able to target pieces that you're interested in, or target specific slots that you may be interested in and try to go for a randomness and maybe be lucky.
If you are interested in targeting 3 pieces, we don't know the exact rate of acquisition yet, but based on past Blue Post, it seems that if they're saying that a regular helm is 2 to 3 weeks and a targeted piece is like 2 to 3, the cost of that, targeted piece should likely be around 6 weeks to obtain. So if you wanted 3 items, that would be 18 weeks. And you could, in theory, get your 3 kind of like best in slot Azurite items before the end of the season, which is interesting because in raids, you may not ever get that elusive piece you want. But at least if you are dedicated with Mythic Plus and you focus on that, you can get your 3 best pieces before, the next season makes things obsolete.
Mm-hmm. Another little detail which is interesting is that the Azurite armor pieces that you get from the raids can actually be scrapped or disenchanted to give you this new currency. And there's one small little concern about that, which is that means if anyone gets an Azurite piece that they don't need, instead of trading it to somebody in the raid, they will want to keep it to scrap it. So there's that. Yep. I'm not sure if they'll consider that and maybe give you the currency anyways. Because the way it is now with the Azurite pieces in the raids, after weeks of doing them, most people actually end up getting the Azurite piece from all the bosses that they need, because there's always some people who get it and they may already have the piece from before. But in this way, you have to be the one that loots it yourself. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much of the greed takes in, because it's an understandable greed as well, because you really, really want your new Azurite piece, so you don't want to give it to somebody else in the raid. But we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. So I think with this is the 3rd change we've mentioned that was implemented that lines up with a lot of popular feedback. So we had the Island Expedition vendor with the cosmetic items, we had the Sourfang quest line offering some choice, and now we have the Mythic Plus vendor letting you work towards specific items you want instead of just RNG.
I'm really happy with that, because RNG only, RNG is fun, but RNG only doesn't make you feel like you've accomplished something.
Right. And especially if you have a lot of time, you don't want to feel like you wasted your day. And if you have a little bit of time, you want to feel like you've made meaningful progress, that you're not just like lost in the sea of RNG.
Yeah. I like it. I hope more of the Island Expedition rewards end up on the vendor. Just because of, some people's really bad luck. Like, they could be really expensive with the doubloons even. Yeah. Like, make them really expensive and still rare drops.
Or like you have to kill like 1,000 of the Black Dragon enemies before they pop up on the vendor type of thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Kill certain members, which unlocks it onto the vendor, and then you need the balloons to be able to buy it.
Right.
I like
that.
Like,
if you've clearly
because that makes it interactive too.
Right. It's like if you've clearly been targeting this mob and you haven't seen any of the related Black Dragon drops, well, you've been trying really hard, so now you can. It will still take a while.
You can buy it. Yeah.
Right, because it's, and if you don't care about the Black Dragons, you're not going to see that loot there, so.
I like that. So, Perk, when are you going to work with the team there? No, I'm kidding. Amazing ideas.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I think a lot of people feel like really passionately about wanting to make things better, with the game. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people missed being able to work for targeted things. Like RNG was fun, but then maybe it became a little bit too much RNG, so you can't target anything.
I've always been saying that, like, especially as work has gotten busier. Like I was super big on like the insane grinds, like back in Wrath of the Lich King, or like I was getting busy in Cataclysm, but I still got like Realm First Rogue.
Nice.
I was always sort of pushing to. If there was a goal, I wanted to go hard on the goal, and then I would take a break. But now it's like, I don't know where to start, because it's like I could do this thing, and it's not going to be rewarding if I never, get something. Yeah. So I always would like lay out my goals. I'm like, this month I want to get this done in WoW, or like I had like a little like planner and stuff, and from that, with all this RNG, and it's like, well, I'm not really into.
Where do you start when you don't know when you'll get it?
It's like if I want RNG and the element of surprise, I'll go like watch the cat like throw things for 20 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
Feeling disappointed. Like, when I saw the island rewards, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then like, oh, there's no way to like reliably get any of them, or like even
Yeah.
queue for the island that has the mob. That seems so.
And another thing with the island expeditions were the pets. So apparently there's 6 of them that are not tradable. Everything else is tradable. So I have none of the non-tradable ones, obviously, because it hasn't dropped for me. But because all the other ones are available in the auction house, I have basically everything else. So then it feels a little bit broken. Like, it's too easy to get all the other pets, but it's too hard to get the others. So if they would put those pets on the vendor, then you could buy them for doubloons.
Yeah, it's like maybe if you've gotten every other pet, then it unlocks to you see the ones to get with the doubloons.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, speaking of all these type of new vendors where you can start targeting items, they are also discussing making these similar changes for the PvP as well. No final words on it as of yet, but maybe we'll start seeing a vendor where you could, spend some conquest to target specific PvP pieces. That would be awesome. Because imagine you're a PvPer and you keep getting just random loot all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's like that one slot, which is still a blue or something that you haven't been able to find a new piece of gear for. At least this way you can start targeting pieces. But yeah, no words as of yet on it, but it looks like they are looking into changing the PvP system as well to, possibly have a PvP vendor of some sort.
Yeah. Our final tiny bit of PTR info before we move on. We touched on the Paragon additions, but there's also another reputation change, and it's that Argusian Reach and Army of the Light have their reputation gains doubled from World Quests on the PTR. Because those two factions are pretty difficult to hit Exalted with. You have to do Argus. Blizzard said at a Q&A that the reps would be easier for all 4 Legion reputations, but that's actually not the case. It's just those 2 so far. I know the High Mountain and Surmore ones are easier, but will be good to get clarification because Blizzard said that 4 were getting updates and only 2 had that happen.
I would love all the reputations from Legion to get doubled. Or reputation gained, because I'm still missing the Paragon mounts from back then, so I'm still doing my quests every now and again, the world quests to get the 10,000 reputation for the new cache or the new box to open. So I would love to see all the reputations doubled.
Yeah. But yeah, so moving on to the not PTR section of the news. We have some live news, 2 interesting pieces. It's fun. There's like so much going on, but it's not actually related to what you can actually do in WoW right now. Yeah. The first bit is that Hollow's End is here till November 1st. There is a new toy to get the Hearthstone for 150 tricky treats, and it looks cool. There's a pumpkin on your head, and there's like pumpkins around you. But I have a little thoughts also on the Hollow's End. There's no decorations in Borealis, and it's so weird. Like, there's no... We have quests to throw stink bombs at Undercity, and Undercity is, trashed. And it's not... I feel like...
Wait, do you still get the quest to go to Undercity?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like... It's not... The lore isn't updated at all to reflect BFA, and I think that's a huge missed opportunity between... Undercity playing such a role, and it's like the identity of the Horde is in question. So like, what does it mean to be a Forsaken and like celebrate Hollow's End and your own free will and your new lease on life? And like, why are we throwing stink bombs? This doesn't make sense. What does the Alliance feel about this? We have like the burning of the Wickerman. It's like, shouldn't that have the symbolic quality of Sylvanas is burning things? And then Borealis, like, it's so spooky. You think that would be perfect for Hollow's End, and there's nothing with Drustvar. Like, there's no decorations, there's graveyards and spectral pepes, there's nothing with that. There's like, the spooky quest chain with Abby Lewis, and it seems like a missed opportunity. I know on the PTR there's a few pumpkins lying around, but it's still not the extent of what I think would be, I don't know. I think Hollow's End deserves a lot better.
Yeah, I'm actually showing some of the pictures now from the PTR, and that's quite funny though that the PTR has got the Halloween decorations, but the live game doesn't. Like, what happened? Where are the pumpkins?
Yeah, but I just think there's a lot more that they could do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if there was, the witches in Drustvar, or we see something, with the continuation of the Order of the Embers
Mm-hmm.
story, or, that creepy girl with the cat, that could be something. And just, the horror thing needs a revamp. It's super, and it's like, oh, let's talk to Zadormi to go back in time and throw stink bombs. Hee hee hee. It's like, no, we just, like, we were trying to, like, conquer the city, which is now covered in plague. I feel like this should be, I don't know. Just
Yeah.
it's something just seems off.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there
And
another event that also wasn't updated? Oh yeah, the Brewfest also wasn't a missed
yeah,
opportunity because of the Dark Iron Dwarfs.
yeah, they missed that with Dark Iron Dwarves, and even back in the day, there just wasn't a lot with the Pandaren and Brewfest, and you think like, oh, they have beer, they
Oh
like to do
yeah.
stuff, and there never really was any stuff in like Storm Stout Brewery. I think they have a vendor at Brewfest now, but it could have been a lot more.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I feel like holidays back in the day were a great way to get people logging on and playing, and as they've slacked off with the updates, it's not really been like a big traffic user draw. But I think it's
Yeah.
sad. Like it was for
Maybe
like
also
such
because most people have all the achievements and everything. Maybe they need to introduce more.
yeah, well, if you have the new story stuff each time, then people are compelled to do something, and then it makes the holidays feel more relevant and not like a ha ha like pumpkin time, but like, oh, like this is actually tied to, cultural things going on in this universe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think definitely like if a couple new quests, a couple new things to see there, in relation to the new events would be awesome, and maybe for Hallow's End we could finally get a permanent broom, so we
Yeah,
can have it could be expensive, it could be a lot of trick or treats or something. I'm
or
not
from one of
sure.
these special quests, like
Or yeah, that's
yeah,
even better. A special quest line for it.
yep. Like,
That
oh,
would be
like now
awesome.
you understand the true meaning of surviving as a Forsaken, even if what Sylvanas does, or like, now
Yeah.
we're rebuilding and here's a broom. Doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
totally make sense.
That instant mounting, something I really want
Yep.
as a real mount. I'm not a druid. Druids are lucky.
So the other major piece of live news is that Halinka is back on the
Yeah.
WoW team, and he's not just doing PvP. I think this is a brand new role. It's called the lead combat
Does that?
designer,
Yeah.
and his LinkedIn, I believe, said that he's overseeing the PvE and PvP sides of combat.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting to see where that goes. I wonder he left the WoW team last year to do an unannounced Blizzard project, and now he's coming back. So that that's very
Hmm.
interesting,
What
and
does that
shows that
mean?
yeah, like how did he want to go back to WoW really badly? Did he realize WoW was a great fit? Did he like, you know, how long was this planned for?
What
He wasn't
happened
a
to
blue
the other
post.
project?
Yeah, so lots of questions there, but people have usually generally seemed pretty happy that he's back, or they're like,
Yeah.
oh, like Warlords wasn't a good expansion because of the content, but like I liked how things felt better then, or bring back Legion. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to see. I wonder if any of these new decisions are related to maybe some internal restructuring on Blizzard's end,
Mm-hmm.
because for early BFA we didn't really get that many changes. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, like Mythic Plus changing this, and like now we're seeing tons of PvP talents changing and Azerite being shuffled around. So you
Mm-hmm.
kind of have to wonder if maybe Blizzard realized like there were some BFA issues and they were behind the scenes kind of trying to restructure things, and now between the changes and Halinka, we're kind of seeing all their work come to light. I have no idea. I don't know what goes on behind the
Yeah.
scenes. I'm just speculating.
Mm-hmm. When it was mentioned as lead combat designer, people were like, please remove GCD.
Yeah, exactly.
Dad, please help us.
I actually just he's something like dad. I think that's sweet.
I saw some people say that. Found that funny.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't really have too much live news. We did some classic news, which was crazy because Blizzard had the classic demo available to pre-download, which means we can poke at the data some more. And that was the day of the newest 8.1 PTR build. And it just was like so much going on yesterday. It was overwhelming in a really exciting way.
Wait, so
But
apparently you can download the data for this, right?
right. So it's a totally different format. We're working on putting stuff together,
Mm-hmm.
like a talent calc. But yeah, so you can download it so that it's intended so if you want to play it, you don't have to waste time downloading when
Yeah.
the clock starts ticking. But if you're interested in like the data mining, that means that yeah, you can, poke at it some more,
So
which
where
is
can
what
you
we
find it? Do you download it as a separate game from the website, or do you find it in the launcher?
I think it should be in the launcher. There was a blue post on announcing it was available to download.
Okay.
Which made a lot when they announced the dev water cooler. I'm like, this is a weird time for a dev water cooler on Classic, but now it makes more sense because they wanted to prep people's expectations to understand some of the weird stuff in the data mining.
Mm.
Uh, for example, the data mining was talking about a cooldown on how long you could actually play the demo. Um, and like,
Mm.
I don't think
Do we know how long it is now?
so. We don't know, but it's interesting. Like when you play a demo in person, you think like I'm not going to play for 8 hours straight. But when Blizzard said they were bringing the demo experience home, I think people just assume that they would play a while at home because like
Yeah.
why would you play for a little bit at home? Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh well, actually, because of server load, you're only going to be able to play for a set duration, and then you can't log on for a period of time, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can log on again in the future, but there's going to be like a cooldown period.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they could have been more upfront with that because that really did not cross my mind. Like, yes, I
No.
know the definition of a demo, but I did not.
Yeah,
I know
like
about
I
it.
think most of us
Yeah,
expected just a limitation in content, not limitation
right.
in time. Like you would play a bit and then you've seen everything now. So it's kind of like, okay, I guess I'm kind of done now. I mean, I could repeat it, but I guess I'm done. But yeah, I don't think anyone expected it to be time limited. As you mentioned, a demo at BlizzCon would make sense with a time limit. Usually, you can sit there for maybe half an hour, maybe even 1 hour,
It's
and
funny
you,
because as press, I always like I don't bribe, but I'm always like, oh, like I'm from Wowhead, like please let me stay and just like write down what all the spells do for 8 hours straight, and they let me do that.
yeah.
So it's totally like not crossed my mind that people had demo limitations because of yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because I remember there was one version that I played. I think it was when Legion was just coming out. I don't remember. But we were allowed to be on the PCs for like half an hour or so, and then
Right.
the next set of people had to come in. So it
Yeah.
was more of a question of because of the queues, and I think that's probably why also they haven't specified the time. I think they want to see how much load there is on the servers,
Right.
because you don't want people to be queued up for 5 hours. So I think that's probably partly why they want to kick some people off, so new people can come in, and maybe towards the end, maybe the last 3 days, the
Right.
servers are not loaded anymore. Maybe you can play as much as you want at that point. I
Yeah.
don't know for sure, obviously, but I have a feeling that is why they haven't mentioned exactly how long the time limit will be. But I guess we'll see. I mean, it's understandable from a server point of view, but then I think or like a server load point of view. But I do think yes, they should have probably mentioned that earlier on, like demo for a limited time or something. Because I think some people were very, very excited to be able to grind it, and then suddenly they can't grind it. So, yeah. Oh, look at
Look what we
that.
have. A cat. A good
We
cat.
got a guest on the show, guys.
A good guest. Look, it's the
Yay.
cat. A good cat.
Bright
I just
Paws
picked him up
here.
from his cat hotel because I was out and didn't see him a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's eating the bag of Blizzard merch. But yeah, going back to Classic, we also learned that it was not going to be level 1, Elwyn and Durotar as we thought. We learned that it's actually going to be Bright Paw. No. We learned it's going to be Westfall and Barrens, and you start at 15. You can go up to 19, and you can actually have a little bit of choice with your talent tree. The dungeons will not be open, so no dead mines, no wailing caverns. And I think the PvP is limited as well. So there's not a ton you can do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there's no world PvP, it's just duels, right?
yeah, I'm a little sad that it's Westfall because I was thinking Elwyn and there could be some like really epic, like a streamer like, oh, we're gonna go, kill Hogger now and then
Oh,
like
yeah, missed
that could be
Hogger.
fun.
Yeah, that
But
was
no
definitely a
Hogger.
miss.
Yeah. And there's also we've been posting little details such as what the UI elements are. Like there is some modern BattleNet support where you can tell friends you're playing Classic and you can play with them. You can report players, right-click to report them. There are things like colorblind mode options. So another detail people are really curious about, this game, the data format is the format used with patch 7.3.5, so it's like kind of modern. It's like it's not the classic data format, it's more modern. So while the high definition models are like in the data, there's no UI options, there's no options to turn them on. So there's no, you're not going to log on and it's not going to say, do you want to play, you know, classic with your high definition night elf, and you know, the prairie dog is realistic instead of 5 polygons. Like all that will look slow, you know.
Okay, so you're kind of forced into the classic look.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
that's good.
You know, like high definition, like low definition model. So you only get the low definition look. And
that's good.
Know, I mean, like that makes like you wouldn't expect to see like, you know, like adult Anduin. You'd have to have like, you know, baby Anduin there.
Yeah. Oh,
so
baby Anduin with 2 pixels.
Yep. And as usual, that is $50 with the virtual ticket. You also get some banners and capes in game representing the Alliance and the Horde, and you get to play the demo, you know, intermittently until around the 8th or so of November. And there are goodies for other games as well, like Demon Hunter Sombra. I don't know if you can see Brightpaw just sort of grabbing my arm.
We can see his paw.
Yep.
Oh, now we see an ear. Now we see a face or behind the head.
Yep. So, yeah, so we hope to have more details to share on Classic soon. I know a lot of people were, you know, speculating or just expected that Wowhead would work on the Classic site, so we made an official announcement just to, you know, convey that, yeah, we are committed to Classic. We think that there's a lot of potential. We're working on guides. We're going to, you know, bring back the database. We're going to bring back the Classic styling for the site, so it's going to look like the original version of Wowhead. We're looking into a light theme like Thoughtbot has, if people want that for the nostalgia, like a white background is an alternate option. And because the company that owns Wowhead also owns Thoughtbot, we legally have the rights to reuse and republish the Thoughtbot comments. So we're looking into contact archive services and seeing if we could
port some of those old comments.
Yeah, so like, you know, like it's if we didn't own Thoughtbot, it would be like illegal to do that, and we would get like a cease and desist. But because it's all above board, this is something we can do. We think it would be interesting to merge those comments onto the classic Wowhead database pages. It won't be an overnight process, but we are starting the research to do that. So all that's coming along. We're really excited about that, and I think we might have a few more classic posts, like clarifying stuff for the talents. You know, clarifying what version they're used up pretty soon. There's a few of us at Wowhead have been writing like 24/7 various classic guides and news, and we got the Classic Cast guys on board to you know, help us writing the guides. Like they have so many Google Docs and videos they want a home for, so I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, write all this stuff for us. So it's coming along. I'm really excited to see where it goes. And I think that Wowhead can do a lot with, you know, making really in-depth tools. And it'll be a nice challenge with how, you know, the PTR is always like, oh, every week a new thing is coming and it can break part of the site, and then a new expansion comes, and then, you know, the artifact calculator, Brightpaw, no. The artifact calculator, you know, is like obsolete in BFA, or your garrison guides are obsolete in Warlords. But with Classic WoW, we know what's coming, so we can just kind of keep refining and expanding on things instead of having to worry about Blizzard, you know, just like destroying the need for something we spent a lot of time developing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I see a question in the chat. How long can you play the demo at a time before they kick you off? We don't know yet. They haven't specified it.
No.
I think it's probably going to be a number that varies depending on how loaded the servers are, but we don't know.
Right. So finally, we wanted to discuss BlizzCon.
Yes.
Which is probably why Brightpaw's here, because he's like, oh, merchandise, I can play with it.
Yeah, please empty the box so I can sit in it.
Exactly. So Blizzard was gracious enough to send us a ton of merchandise that is available for limited duration around BlizzCon, and even more products will be coming next week, I believe, leading up to BlizzCon. And some of these products you may even see as giveaway items at Wowhead's party the night before BlizzCon. So do you want me? I can discuss pins a little more, and then we can sort of hold it. Well, why don't we? I'll just give an overview. So they have lots of clothes. They have lots of figurines. They have special Sour Fang statues and Greymane statues.
Yeah, I was going to say it's so much stuff. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah. They sent us a lot of apparel, and they also sent us some of their like blind packs for collectibles. Like they have a new series of pins. Some of the pins, like the Heart of Azerite, you only get at BlizzCon, but others are season 5, and you can buy them online and hope to get the special gold variants. So why don't we dive into all this, and I'll talk about what's at the Wowhead party as we're going along. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start this off by something that I think they only sent to me. So this was sent by Jujubee, who is, oh my god, the cat loves this. Can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, so
I can see it very well.
Yeah, this was sent by Jujubee. They are a company specializing in luxury bags and products geared towards, mothers that are on the go, maybe have a baby, but also still want to be fashionable. So this is a backpack. I think it also can double as a diaper bag because it's lined well, but it's super. I used their season 1 bag last year at BlizzCon, and it was super nice to use. So I'm getting their updated line this year. And they have fun styles, like there's little stars on the back. This is called March of the Murlocs. There's the Wow zippers. You if they are designed for, women with children on the go, like the pockets are very well laid out inside. There's lots of lining everywhere, lots of little places for snacks or laptops. I'm opening this side of it up. Bright Paw loves this. Oh my god. So you can see how the lining is cool, and there's lots of layers in there. So I'll be using this bag at BlizzCon. And then they also sent me a laptop case. This is using their style from last year. And the final thing they sent me was this, what is the exact name? I believe this is a makeup or like a little lunch bag. So super cute.
Oh, perfect for traveling.
Yeah, you could put makeup in here. If you needed snacks, you could put like an ice pack and, some cold stuff throughout the day. So yeah, it's pretty. They have a huge line of these. Some products geared towards parents, some that are purely fashion, like a series of handbags. And they were super gracious. They are giving Wowhead, I believe, like 15 laptop cases, like something like 20 laptop cases and 20 tote bags with this pattern to give away at the party. We'll also have discount codes to give away. Again, super generous of them, and really happy to work with them again. When I was traveling in New York, I used my other backpack from them, which had the darker style. And all the flight attendants were like, oh, where did you get that? I want that for my kid. Like, it's such a nice bag. It's so well made. So you can get some of these at the Wowhead party. And I think we'll also be doing a Discord giveaway on some of the smaller, like more tech-focused products that they have as well, like the laptop cases. So, thank you, Jujubee, for sending that to me. Is Brightpaw on the screen? I feel like he's like
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I feel he really likes the stuff. Then I bought some stuff in the Blizzard shop on my own. I actually bought this hoodie on my own, so I have 2 of them now. But I wanted to just show off this anchor necklace. It's inspired by the one that plays such an important role in Jaina's story, which, as we learned, was now this was her father's necklace, and when he died, she kept this, and then her mother stole it and took it back, ripped it off her neck, and it ends where Jaina, when they reconcile, she has the necklace again, and she uses it to call the power of the Kulturian fleet back to her. This sold out instantly. Like, I got this within the first 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And it's, it's a really nice necklace.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, you can wear this with the thing and be very Jaina. And then the other thing I got, which I don't think Blizzard got, is there is the Shara shirts.
Oh.
So
that looks really cool. All the eyes.
It's also a flowy style. The men's shirt is more of a straight t-shirt, and the women's shirt has more of fashion to it. I'll put it on the cat. Oh no, now he's gonna step on something. But yeah, I like when they experiment with the cuts of the t-shirts for women, so it's not just a plain version. And last year we had Sargeras show up on the t-shirt, and he played a pretty big role. So we're gonna get some Ashara hype, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so now I think we're up to what we can both share. What do you want to show first? I have this. It's seriously, it's like it's like it's a box.
Yeah. We could start with the hoodies.
Yeah, we can start with the hoodies. So Blizzard has these super deluxe Anduin and Sylvanas hoodies. And I know last time we had merch, I was given the Horde one, and Annie got the Alliance shirt.
Yeah, I remember, and we were wondering why.
And now Annie got the Horde one, and I got the Alliance one. So I think it's so when we do these, you can see both options.
Mm-hmm. So apparently I'm representing the Horde side this time. So
we got this Anduin hoodie here. We have super detailed sleeves on them to represent the. We've got this,
and
like,
they're
kind
super
of
comfortable
thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
We have the hood has this interesting trim on it.
Yep, this one too.
You can see this is what the back looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see this is what the front looks like. So it's even got like little pockets. And
let's see the pockets. Yep. We see them.
Yep. And I believe on yours, the zipper on yours is meant to look like the Sylvanas necklace as well. It has that green.
Yep.
So
there it is.
So these are super comfortable.
Wait, what does your necklace have? Or I mean, not necklace. Your zipper.
It just has a zipper, like a kind of alliance thingy on it.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's the. Those are the hoodies.
I actually really like this. It's so pretty.
Yeah. If I can, let me see if I can put the sleeve. So yes, you can see how the lion, that's sort of where the shoulders are.
Yeah.
And has his big shoulders. So yeah, I think that these are super cool. I'd love to see more like these because there's only so many generic hoodies you can have before you're like, okay, I'd like to,
Yeah, they all start looking very similar, but these look pretty unique.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking this with me for my US trip. There we go.
Which hat did you get? I wonder if we got the same one.
I need to check.
Okay. That was the next thing I grabbed. We can highlight another thing if you want.
We can grab these little. I'm not sure what they are. The Maris, Ginger Mary from Overwatch.
Oh, these.
Pachimari.
Oh,
yes, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I got two of these. So Pachimari is like, it's kind of like the Pepe of Overwatch. So
yeah, it seems like we got the same one.
Yeah, so there's a series of 6 of these, and they have little costumes.
Oops.
I'm going to.
Sorry, guys.
We got. Let's see. So we got kind of the Halloween one. This is a Halloween one.
Yeah, the mummy one, and this one is.
I think it's the Christmas one. Because one is.
It says Ginger. Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, sorry about that random video that wasn't meant to play right now. It's because I changed the scene.
So we've got this little guy. He's cute. He's almost like a Christmas ornament. And I think they said he squeaks. Let's see what he does.
Oh, does he? Oh my god.
No, Bright Paws.
Luna's gonna love it.
I know.
Okay. I'm like so excited to open it now.
There he is. Bright Paw, look.
Oh my god. This is what Luna's doing now. I ripped off one of the price tags, so she's actually biting the price tag, like right here in front of me, and she has no idea that I'm gonna get her a better toy in just a moment. Here we go.
So, Bright Paw's like, why are you putting this back in its box?
Alright.
Like, oh, a box. This is also a good
Hi,
toy.
Luna. What's this? That's weird, right? Is it cute? Oh, she's sniffing it.
Yep. Sorry, Bright Paw. We'll have more stuff
this?
to show you very soon.
Here, it's yours. It's yours. She's pushing it around.
Alright,
that's awesome. I had no idea they make sound.
Yep, well, if you are on the fence about these, your cat will love these items.
Look, my paw.
Oh, and we can dangle this? Oh, oh no, he got it. He got it. There he goes.
He grabbed it.
Yep, now it's his.
Oh, that was Luna changing the scene. There we go. We're back.
Okay, so yeah, if you... Cats really like this toy.
The cap, was that the World of Warcraft one?
Yeah, it's... Oh no. Yes, it's the gray WoW one. So I think we both got...
we got the same one in that case.
Yep. Yeah, so we, you know, it's pretty nice. It's got this like little silver logo on it, and it's... The inside's really nice, so the brim has this different like Azeroth pattern.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. The map is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like very structured.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this is you know, gray with the black logo, and I think this goes really well with all the arena merchandise this year. Sorry, not arena, esports. They have hoodies for MDI as well as arena that are kind of gray and black. So that's pretty cool. The hoodies are high quality as well. They're not, you know, generic hoodies. They have like interesting styling and stuff on them and snaps on as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do next?
Did you open one of the cute deadlies?
No, I can, so for cute and deadly, I have these, and then I also got, this box of figurines. And if you are unfamiliar with Cute but Deadly, each year Blizzard does a series of figurines on all sorts of characters, and it spills over into. They did a dress last year with Cute but Deadly. They did leggings with Cute but Deadly. They've done, I think, pillows.
Leggings? Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. There was like you can't see it, but I have gigantic oversized figurines with Cute but Deadly but light up. So they're kind of a cool Blizzard brand, and these are the characters this year that they're doing. So, WoW-wise, we've got Anduin, Gen, Sylvanas, and Sourfang, and then 2 mystery figurines. So, let's see. I'll keep this box here.
I was so surprised. So I unboxed this on stream, and then I got the whole thing, and I'm like, oh my god. This is so much stuff.
Even more.
Like, is this really all for me? And I opened like 1 or 2 of them that was in the bag or in the big box itself. But these ones, I was like, there's no way this is all for me. So I didn't dare open them.
Alright, so I'm opening one. We're gonna see. Let's see. Oh, we got a War Chief Sylvanas with her bow.
Ooh, you got Sylvanas?
Yeah, and
nice.
she has a stand. Very important, don't lose the stand because they could fall over. But, yeah, so we've got Sylvanas with her bow. And we will open another one.
One of the ones I got is a Diva. So,
Ooh.
Overwatch fans. I was pretty happy with it because it's a really cute one.
And
I don't think she has a stance because I think she just balances on her hair.
Oh, well, that's almost better because, you know, little cat friends like to knock things over.
Yep.
Oh, this is cool. So we got, this is an Overwatch, if I can figure it. Yeah, so Overwatch.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I think is it Torbjorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you pronounce it better than me. So you've got his, like,
Swedish.
mechanical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got him as well. I'm curious what the mystery figurines are. Like, I don't think I have enough time to open all of it. You can see I just have so many of them.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
It's crazy.
Let's try one more before the next thing.
Luna's excited. Oh, sorry guys. She just changed my scene again to starting soon. She keeps walking all over the keyboard. Yeah, guys, the stream is starting soon. This was just the pre-show. What did you get next?
The final one is the Diva one.
Oh, you got the Diva one. Yeah, that's a cute one.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Oh, I need to disable this keyboard.
Yes. So I have way more of these to open, but in the interest of just showing everything to you guys, Sass also took pictures of some, but in the interest of time, we're going to put that somewhere else.
I'll show my second one, which was this the Genji one.
Yeah.
It looks like this.
I'm pretty sure that the special ones are like Spectral Anduin and Sylvanas, like Golden Anduin and Purple Sylvanas, which I know Christy Golden was showing when she was attending, I think SDCC.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's it. Oh, Bright Paw, no. He's like, my tail can knock it all over. Did you want to show the Funkos, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, we have a special Mercy figurine. This is Witch Mercy, and there is, I believe, a series of, the regular characters, but then also their like special skin variants.
Yeah, I think we have the same one.
Yeah, so like Cultist Zenyatta is also a thing. I believe some of these will be available to get at the Wowhead party as well.
Okay.
So, that's pretty cool. We're just figuring out, there's been like tornadoes and typhoons in the United States, so we're figuring out what can actually make it there for the Wowhead party.
Yeah.
But we are planning on having some of these.
And for the Wowhead party, you mean for the wheel spin?
Yeah, for the wheel spin.
Cool.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys who pre-ordered those tickets, or wait, how does the wheel spins work if you don't have the paid tickets?
Oh, you can just go up. There'll just be like a long line, but we are getting 2 machines this year.
Okay.
So hopefully that can make stuff go faster.
Okay. Awesome.
Sass is also, hopefully he loves collecting stuff. He's saying that, Cute but Deadly, there is a new series out that's just Overwatch, and that is already out in stores. So if you really like Cute but Deadly, there's a whole brand new series of them as well.
Mm-hmm. Should we check out the other Overwatch figures?
Yeah. So we've got a Winston here.
Yep. Same ones.
And, yep. We got these 2. These
mine are mirrored.
Oh, is this what you're referring to, Sass?
So let's zoom into Perk instead, since mine are mirrored.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Diva is the other one in this series.
Oh, I want Diva.
So, yeah, and these are like the more oversized ones. I was saying before that they made oversized Arthas last year, so we've got kind of oversized Overwatch now.
Wait, what do you mean with over? Oh, because it's still cute but deadly. Okay.
Yeah. It's just, like, cute, but a little more deadly because they're
bigger. Okay.
Let's see. I think I want to do the booster packs next. Look, Brightpaw, it's shiny.
Let's go for it.
Look at the shiny stuff, Brightpaw. You like shiny things, don't you? You can see him on the screen. Yes, you're a good cat. Look at these shiny foil things for you.
These ones.
We're gonna open them now. Look.
Collect all 14 badges, it says at the back.
So these are booster packs for Velcro patches. Right, you turn C on. We're turning that off. Right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Test.
You were lagging, but you're back.
He turned something off.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We see his tail as well.
So these are Velcro patches that you can put on backpacks. A few years ago, the goodie bag was a Velcro backpack, and you can put these patches on. So we have a cute Tortolan here, and we've got a Zandalari here. There are 14 this year, so you can see on the back what the packaging is, and on the front. And the WoW ones, I believe, this year are Kulturas, Zandalari, and the Tortolan. Last year, can I reach it? Hold on, I'm looking. Oh, one sec. I'm gonna try to get this. No, I can't. Well, I don't know if people can see, but there was a Pepe badge last year, and it's stuck on one of my plushies back there. I don't think people can see it though.
No, don't think so.
And I can't. Well, let me try dealing with this. Let me see if I can show it. So, if we look at this, we can see that there's this,
there it is.
There's a thing which is now stuck to this Wowhead rocket.
Yeah.
So they've they've sold them in past years, and if you have that one backpack, you can stick it on lots of things. So I'm gonna open one more. This is a relatively new collection, so they're only on season 2, not season 5 like other pins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so here we've got the Treasure Goblin, Kulturas, and the
Hearthstone.
Yeah. Oh wait, the one they just put upside down.
Yeah, yeah, one is upside down. It seems like they're kind of random in which way they're put.
Yeah.
So the one that I just opened now is I'm not sure what this is actually. It's a pink. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. But then we've got the Greetings, which is mirrored because of my camera, Hearthstone, and then the Zandalaria one as well over here. Maybe somebody in chat knows what this is.
I'll open one more. Oh, so I got a mug, a Greetings, and I got the Overwatch hamster hero.
Yeah.
So that's
there
cool.
It is.
So, those are fun patches. And
oh, apparently it's an Overwatch dude. So I don't play a lot of Overwatch, so I didn't know.
Yeah. And Brightpaw has run off with one of them onto the floor.
Apparently, somebody in the chat said the bag that had the Velcro thingy material that you can put these on, that bag is sold for only $20.
Oh, well, if you are looking for a bag, then you should check those out.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing we wanted to show before we got into the pins, I think, was this interesting pin collecting lanyard. We know pins are like a really big deal for Wowhead and for Blizzard collectors. Mm-hmm. Every year there's been a party, we've given away these Wowhead Rocket enamel pins in different colors. Mm-hmm. We recently launched the shop, which has a lot of Wowhead merch, including a pin of me and Annie and Brightpaw.
Yep.
And one year, even actually, I was part of their official pin series in season 3, where Panzer and me, they made like pins of our likenesses, and we gave them out and we traded pins for them. So we try to do a lot with maintaining like pin guides here at Wowhead and helping highlight all the stuff. And there are, I believe, 31 new pins introduced around BlizzCon, including, it's not just the season 5 ones. We've got this pin trading lanyard, and the lanyard has the pin on it.
Pin collector.
So you can only get this pin through getting this lanyard.
Yeah. I actually didn't get that piece.
Oh. Maybe they figured that, like, because I have to maintain the pin guide and everything, that I'm, like, the pin person. Mm-hmm. One that I didn't think of is that this Kulturas pin, it's also part of the Blizzard series. So if you're a pin collector, I remember it was Sass. I think Sass was posing in the hoodie, and we're like, oh, Sass, why did you get the hoodie? And it's like, oh, well, Sass loves collecting pins, so he's going to buy this lady's hoodie to
just to get the pin,
Blizzard. Yeah.
Wait, apparently Sass got 2 of them. Maybe that one was meant for me. Oh my god.
Oh. So, that is one other pin. There are, like I said, there are 31 total, still on the pin collector guide. Something which I thought is pretty cool. Did you get this?
Yeah, I did. And I was very surprised. It looked so pretty. I was like, what is this? And then I opened it and I'm like, whoa.
If you want to just get the colorful versions of all the pins, as well as a special pin for the Prime Evil Merchie, every year there's like a Merchie Murloc, and it's always something fun. Like you have to like buy $50 at the store or something. And this year it's from the pin set. And you open it up, and no, Brightpaw, you are ruining my moment. And it's super pretty. So you've got this lovely art, and then you've got all these pins, and then the Merchie is smack in the center as the new one. So WoW players that are interested, you want the Sourfang and Jaina ones. Those are the WoW ones you probably care about the most. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they're super pretty, really nice display. Mm-hmm. And if you're like, oh, well, why do you still need blind packs? It's because all those pins have special golden variants. So there's a very small chance you can get them. And people love to trade pins, so sorry, Brightpaw, sorry I hit you. If you have a golden pin, you could probably trade them for, several other ones, just in the rarity. So I'm opening a blind pack right now, and we're pulling it out to see what we get. Blind means that you don't know what's inside it at first. So what are we gonna get? What are we getting, Brightpaw? Oh, and they hide it, so you can't even see. They just have the bead. And
it's like this.
Oh, we got a golden McCree, an Overwatch guy.
Oh, you actually got a golden one?
Yeah, first one I got a golden one. Yeah.
My first one was a Diva, like a color one.
Aw. sell it to us because we already have this box. We're like, oh, we already have the colored ones. You know, go for gold or bust.
Yeah, well, not for me. Okay, let's see. Maybe this one is golden.
Okay, let me get it. So, it's another Diablo one. We have this one already.
Wait, is this? Well, I need to compare it with the colored one. Let's see.
I mean, it should be 100% gold, so it should be.
Okay, no,
really...
in that case, it's not.
Yeah.
I got a Starfang one, but it was not golden.
The difference between, in addition to just being, it's not like a flat gold pin. The gold ones are like all raised and bumpy.
Okay.
This is a he's not gold, but he's cool. I also want to point out when the B's on the back to show it's official, it has the B for Blizzard on it. So all the Blizzard pins will have that for consistency, so no one can, you know, try to pull a fast one and give you a counterfeit.
Sorry, guys.
What's up?
Luna just managed to change the scene to one of the Boomkin scenes from a while ago. Maybe she misses the Boomkins. But yeah, I got a colored Jaina one. Let's check out the next
cool.
one. Yeah, Jaina's cool.
Okay.
That means I got Jaina and Starfang.
Yeah, I got a Diva. So, it's really addicting opening these. Like, you could just, they're so easy.
Okay, I got a golden one.
Oh, which one did you get?
Wait, I'm not sure what this is actually.
So it's not a WoW one.
Don't think so. Let's see.
I got an Ava. That's Hearthstone. And let's see.
Wait. Maybe chat can help me?
Which one? Like, so I can't always see your screen. Is it a lady or a dude?
It's the bottom left one in the book. If you open it. Wait, maybe they're not lined up the same. Is it this one? Oh yeah. Oh, so it's Diablo.
Yes, Diablo.
Okay, gotcha.
So we got that.
So I got a Golden Crusader then.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, with all the Diablo hype, that could be something. Oh, I just got a regular Crusader.
Yeah.
So you can see I've opened 7 so far, and only 1 was golden, so it's, you know, kind of small.
It's pretty rare, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I have played Crusader. I did play a bit of Diablo. I think it just didn't occur to me because it's been a while.
Oh, I got another Tyrael. This is like, it's Mecha Tyrael, so I think it's meant to be a Heroes crossover. And then, let's see. I got 2 more. Really hoping for a Golden Jaina.
Yeah, I want a Golden Jaina too.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I got a Golden Ava, so it's like, well, I got a Golden Lady.
Oh, that looks cool. Yeah.
Brightpaw agrees.
Brightpaw likes it.
He's like, oh, I want to eat the pin. And we got 1 more.
Sass says you will have 2, I promise. Perk, you need to prove him wrong. You need to get 3.
Or I think he says he'll make sure that we have extras. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, I got a Zarya. So there we go.
Okay.
So
what was the girl in Hearthstone called?
Ava?
Ava.
So
yeah, I got her regular one.
Nice. So if you look at the cartoons of Hearthstone, she's the girl in the forest that like opens the book and has everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those cinematics are actually very cool.
Yeah. I seem to cut my thumb on opening all that. So don't be a hazard. But yeah, that's about it for the merchandise we got.
I'm still trying to get my second golden.
Based on what we've seen as the promotional image for the Blizzard Gear Shop, there's like a little living room with all these books and stuff in it, and there's a lot of products that aren't live yet, like the Tortolin plush or Alliance and Horde pillows. So usually the day of the convention or the day before, a ton of new merch goes on sale. And if you are attending BlizzCon, there's Blink shopping, so you can order online and then just pick it up, and there should be a smaller line, and you don't have to worry about stuff selling out if you buy it a few days in advance.
This is my last package.
Ah!
So, Sass.
Go.
Please make me get Golden Jaina. It is golden. Let's see. I couldn't see properly what it was. It's a golden diva.
Oh, well, that's
so it's a lady.
Yeah, I've got the lady representation with like Diva Ava here.
Wait, so how did you know it's exactly 2? Was that by chance or was it how it was packaged.
Oh, so we all got to. I think that's what Sass is saying. We had like. So
Sass knows, guys. Never question Sass, okay?
So 2 out of 10 isn't that bad.
Yeah.
No,
It's complicated. Well, maybe need to complicate it more, so next time I can get a golden Jaina.
Right, Pa. If you eat my Jaina shrug, I guess it's okay because I have another one. I don't know.
Oh. Right, Pa. That's not food. That's a Jaina shroud. Or Jaina cape.
I have to go pretty soon, but I just wanted to do another plug. Uh-oh. No, don't jump in the box.
Last chance to join the giveaway, right? I don't think it's been finalized yet.
To join the giveaway. Blue Yeti is the giveaway keyword in Twitch chat. And last call for it. We are giving away a Yeti caster that's worth around $200. Blue is one of the generous sponsors of the WoW Party. Oh yeah, we should talk a little bit about the Wowhead Party as our final thing. So as we're talking about the party, get your giveaways in for the Blue Yeti mic. So yeah, the day before BlizzCon, we are holding the Wowhead Party. It is on the 2nd floor of the Hilton Anaheim. It runs from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Admission is free, although we do have over 4,000 people RSVP'd in advance.
That's really cool.
So
4,000?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I know. So there may be
Can you even fit that many people?
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's over the course of the night, so we're hoping that between 8 hours we can fit people in.
Okay.
But yeah, it's in the 2nd floor of the Hilton Anaheim. We have lots of activities. With the added space, we've doubled the prize wheels and claw machines. So hopefully those lines will be smaller. A lot of the merch we've previewed will be on those the prize wheels to give away. The claw machine will have like Pepe's and Murloc plushies to see if you can win. Even if you don't win, it's fun to like cheer people on. And then we also have some activities that Annie is being part of, and lots of other Wowhead affiliated content creators. If you want to say a little bit on that. Yeah.
I dropped a link in the chat as well in case you want to read more about it. But basically what we have are different community panels. So there is, for example, the first panel that will be up is an Allcraft panel, and I will be the guest there together with J.B. And we also have a panel for, I believe there was one for Mythic Plus, there was another for Mythic Rating, and there was another for streaming as a business. And there was a section where I believe there's a World of Warcraft cooking session.
Tally and Lulaboo. Lulaboo were doing that. So then Panzer's doing like comedy stand-up. So we figured that instead of just having one host, make it more the merrier and have little segments where people can do their own, unique thing on the stage, and that keeps it more interesting because we are streaming it at home, and we know that you guys can, you can watch a streamer whenever you want, so we want to make it interesting with some panels to make it worth tuning in for.
Mm-hmm. And on the side of all this, we also have meet and greets, which is basically a sort of little signing area where you can, and it's also on this link there. So if you check out the link, you can see the schedule of who will be sitting when. So you can, go meet your favorite streamer or YouTuber and, get a signature or maybe a hug if you're lucky, or just a hello, whatever that you want, or whatever the streamer thinks is okay. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting and lots of people there. I'm going to be there too. I believe I'm in the first batch of people who are going to be at the signing.
I'm signing with Ernie. Yeah.
Yep. We're going to be sitting there together as the Wowhead peeps. And I think we're sitting with Panzer, right?
Yeah. So Panzer's going to be there too. She is, actually, one of the news I put up, she's with Facebook now, and Facebook just announced they're partnering with Blizzard, and you can win like virtual tickets and discounts on gear, 20% off, chance to get that if you tune into her Facebook stream. So that's, it's really cool that she's, still doing, cool stuff with Blizzard and official BlizzCon stuff. So yeah, she'll be there. And she's into stand-up comedy, so she'll be like doing a little stand-up bit on the stage, which is cool.
Yeah, she's been getting into these sort of short sections for like a comedy segment, I guess you could call it. And she's kind of new into it. but I know that she's amazing at whatever she does. So I'm looking forward to see that as well. In case you don't know who Panzer is and you are kind of new to Wowhead Weekly, Panzer used to be the host of Wowhead Weekly before I was here. And things happened where she had to move on with some other stuff. So therefore she was not able to do this. And that is when I came here. Yeah. And now we will see the three of us together in the same place. So that's going to be exciting.
She was visiting me, and she rescued Brightpaw from behind my house and convinced me to adopt Brightpaw. So she is like Brightpaw's godmother.
And at the end of the show, I believe I am having the last words as a sort of goodbye to everyone, sort of like an ending thing, which is really cool. I feel very honored to have such a role to say thank you to everyone. So that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, because the party is so long, it's gonna transition from like panels and signing and prizes to more to like, you know, after party, you know, music. We have like a LED dance floor to be like the auction house dance party. So yeah, so it should be exciting. Like there's, you know, we'll have more information soon on the prizes as we're locking them down, but we're really excited to have, you know, so many great sponsors helping contribute, because, you know, the more sponsorship and support we have, the bigger and better the party can be. You know, having twice as many prizes, having a bigger space, having more drink tickets, like all that. It's a lot of work and, you know, money to just throw a party from scratch. Like Twitch and Discord aren't even doing their parties this year. So it's really great when organizations, you know, are supporting Wowhead, you know, making it happen.
And Blue was one of them. Oh, wrong side.
Blue is one of,
wrong hand.
Blue is one of them. They are specifically sponsoring the MDI Roundtable, which is going to have Jade B, Cyranor, I know butcher his name, Wait, yeah, it's Swedish. I think it's Swedish.
Which one was it?
The MDI Roundtable. It's the...
I actually can't say his name either. I call him Jelly.
Okay, so...
He told me to call him Jelly, so I just call him Jelly.
Okay.
I think it's like Gelee Sjuven or something. I think it's Norwegian or something. It's something similar to Swedish, but it's not exactly Swedish. But yeah, I just call him Jelly.
Yeah, so those are MDI All-Star participants. They'll be doing the panel, and the host will be Sloot and Classic Sours, who have been hosts for the MDI previously. And that panel specifically is powered by Blue, and Blue will also have prizes to give away. And I believe that they'll have like a little raffle going on at their booth, and we'll be picking the winner at the end of the panel section. So, yeah.
Oh, so they have a giveaway during the panel. Cool.
1 sec.
Hi there. What's up?
Yeah. Allcraft is right after this, and I need to give them some information for the show. And I'm like, I'm just finishing up my show, because they're, you know, everyone is moving stuff early because TwitchCon is so soon.
Yeah, so, people are traveling.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh, I have to wrap this up so I can give them their stuff. Wowhead also partners with Allcraft, so you can tune in right after this for their super early show. They're going to have Nixium on the show, I believe. So I just need to answer some questions about like the news and WoW when they talk about it after this show wraps up. But yeah, so I think that's about it for the party community panels. We will be announcing the prizes officially very soon. SAS has worked super, super hard corralling all these people, so we have a cool range of prizes. We'll also have some Wowhead pins to give away as well, like the Wowhead Weekly one and the Rockets as usual, the old school ones. And yeah, it will be a great time. We're super excited.
I'm really looking forward to it.
This year. Big shout out to Dari as well, who basically organized all the community panels and all the autographs and made sure that like everyone who did something with the site in a big role like was featured. And so many people have like other obligations or like rehearsals they have to do. And, it's really awesome that we have so many people that can make. We even have Overwatch lead casters to me, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Hypers. Yeah. I am super excited. And it's going to be really cool also to, be a part of Wowhead. Somewhat as we're doing the Wowhead Weekly thing as well, to be a part of it and to attend. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
No Brightpaw though.
No Brightpaw.
Sitter at home. I did look into hotel. For extra $60, he could stay in the hotel room, but he'd have to be babysit 24/7. I can't leave him by himself. so that wouldn't go well,
Oh.
especially because I usually live blog from the hotel room,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we do not need Brightpaw editorializing or deleting part of my BlizzCon live blogs,
Oh, yeah.
as he likes to do.
I'm lucky. My sister and my parents live like 5 minutes away from me, so I will basically leave Luna with them when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
So it won't be too big of a change for her.
Luna's gonna miss you because you're like,
Yeah,
away.
I
Brightpaw, why
know.
are you eating my arm? Brightpaw, no.
Oh.
You need like an arm cam. Brightpaw.
Brian Pa's so cute. Look at him. Like my arm.
Well,
does he always make sure that it's just a nibble, or does it sometimes hurt?
No, it's always a nibble.
Always a nibble. Good cat.
It's a good cat, yes.
Sometimes Luna
cat.
gets really crazy and her bites start actually hurting. Like she forgets how much she can nibble before it hurts.
I know. They're like little hunters here.
Yeah.
Brightpaw, no, don't scroll up the screen.
And then she just looks at me confused, like, I'm just playing. And I'm like, yeah, but it hurts.
He's a good cat, aren't
Yeah.
you?
You like being a good cat. Why are you always naughty?
Aww. Sass says, give me the pin from your shroud perk.
I thought you had it. Wait, I have an extra I have an extra one. You can have it, Sass.
Yay.
I bought one, and then Blizzard sent me one. So you can have the extra one if the cat doesn't destroy it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I can give... One shroud can be a cat blanket, and I'll give the pin to Sass, and I'll wear the other one.
Yay.
Solution. Yay.
Sass, if you didn't give away the other one, I would love to get that one too. What was it? BlizzCon pin collector? Or Blizzard pin collector? Yeah. Yeah, that thing. If you're not using it for anything, I'd love to get that too. Savage lion eating innocent lady's arm. He's not savage. He's not savage. He's a cute one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it for tonight, guys.
Yeah.
We covered all the new stuff.
Yeah, we covered so much stuff because we missed a few weeks. I don't know what to do with BlizzCon. I think it would be nice if like maybe Saturday or Sunday when it's all said and done, we could just like have like a sort of like casual vlog where we're just like standing in front of something, just being like, oh, what did you think of this? You know, like little fun recaps. So.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do a little kind of recap of some sort when over there. But obviously you can't expect a regular setup because, you know, we're not going to be at home. We're not going to show you guys new armor types or anything like that or armor models. But we can talk about BlizzCon. So
yeah.
Is the giveaway done? I don't know, actually. Is the giveaway over?
Yeah, Kyoto Rain 2188 has won and claimed it in time.
All right. Congrats to Kai.
Also says that if anyone wants his signature, he will give it at the prize wheel when they spin, because Sass will be manning the prize wheel. So, if any of you Wowhead Weekly fans are like, oh, like when is Sass signing, you can find him at the prize wheel.
All right. Good to know. I'm going to be there. I need a signing. Yeah, Kyoto Rain 2188. Well, congratulations on your new product. Yep. Well, thank you guys very much for watching and hanging out. And hopefully we will see you guys in the near future. We can't give a specific date as of yet because we're hoping to have a special show during BlizzCon or just around BlizzCon. But for now, we are about to travel, or I'm traveling tomorrow. So no regular show from home until after BlizzCon. So yeah, I'm actually traveling in a few hours. Well, I'm traveling in about 6 hours.
We ended the show early.
Yeah, this is why we actually wanted the show to be early, because if we'd start at normal time, then I'd need to travel like 2 or 3 hours after the show. But now I have like, you know, at least 5-6 hours or so I should be fine. Yeah, traveling in a few hours. But yeah, we will see you guys around. Thank you guys so much for supporting through following the stream, through subscribing. People who are subscribed on the Wowhead website as well with Wowhead Premium. Thank you to all of you guys. And I will hopefully see some of you guys, or we will hopefully see some of you guys at the Wowhead party. Both Perk and I will be there. Yep. And we will be at the signing table. We'll be the first group of people who are there. So be early so you don't miss us.
Yeah.
We'll see you around.
Pepe's and pics of Brightpaw, so.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing so many of you at BlizzCon, and Oh my god, at this time tomorrow there's gonna be like so much stuff going on.
Yep.
So,
Always very busy right before these events.
yeah.
But yeah, take care, guys. And
are we doing the high five?
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. All right. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect. I think that was actually perfect. I'm not sure if you heard the sound effect. Did you guys hear the sound effect?
No, I didn't hear the sound effect.
Oh no, then they didn't hear it either, probably.
Oh no.
But I think that was perfect. That was a perfect high five, right?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah, I think that was good.
From 1 to 10 out of 10. What was that? I stopped too early. Oh, did I?
Oh.
7 out of 10. Oh, Sass says that was pretty much perfect. Yes. You know what, guys? I'm going to listen to Sass's opinion on this, and the rest of you guys can take your ratings back. Wait, what? Sass says 8? No, that's not good enough.
I'm not sending you this extra shroud, Sass.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Oh, Gunsa said 10. Okay. She's right.
Good.
She's right. It is 10. All right. Bye-bye, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. See you at BlizzCon.
Yeah, see you. Bye-bye.